I chased Erick for 2 years, and Justin chased Emma for 2 years. After the college entrance exam, the 4 of us agreed to apply to North City University together. After school started, Justin and I waited at the school gate for a long time, but they never showed up. Instead, we both saw their social media posts showing their location in C City. Later, Erick came from C City to find me and called, "Diana, I'm downstairs at your dorm. I have something to tell you." The boy beside me lazily took the phone and chuckled. "Bro, waiting under someone else's girlfriend's dorm late at night is pretty rude." Chapter 1. The noon in North City in September was scorching. Justin and I squatted under the volunteer tent. The air was full of heat. I squinted slightly and stared blankly at people pushing their luggage back and forth. Just a few minutes ago, we both saw Emma's post on social media. The picture showed 2 shoulders leaning together, tagged in C City. I stared at the picture. The boy beside her was wearing a black t-shirt I recognized. At that moment, I couldn't describe how I felt. I only knew that all those years of liking someone had finally come to a disappointing end. The 4 of us were from the same high school. Justin and I were childhood friends. Later, I fell for Erick from their class, and he fell for my desk mate Emma, with the principle that good things shouldn't go to outsiders. I told Justin, "I'll help you chase Emma, and you help me chase Erick. Deal." Justin handed me tissues. "Wipe." I pushed them away. "I'm not crying." "Huh?" "Wipe the sweat." "Oh." I took them. My gaze dim. "When do you think they got together?" He opened a bottle of water and handed it to me. "Good question. I don't know either." I swallowed and glanced at the volunteer in the red vest beside us. "Can we drink this water?" "Probably." I saw a lot of people take it. My chest felt suffocated. Memories flashed through my mind like a carousel. I glanced at the sharp jawline of the boy beside me. "I'm sorry, Justin." He frowned and looked at me. I felt guilty. "If I hadn't encouraged you, you wouldn't have chased Emma." Justin had always been the golden boy in others' eyes, someone who got whatever he wanted. But now he had stumbled because of Emma. I lowered my head and heard him chuckle. I looked up in confusion. He stood up. Today he wore a white t-shirt with a black denim vest over it. Now he took the vest off and held it in his hand. "Fine. Then you're paying for the meal." He reached out and pulled me up. My legs were numb, and my face twisted instantly. Since school had just started, there were many things to handle. After lunch with Justin, we bought daily necessities and walked back to the dorm. When we arrived, our roommates had already made their beds. No one was in the room, probably out eating. I turned on the air conditioner. My face flushed with heat. The phone on the desk rang again and again. I pinched the bridge of my nose. I knew who it was without looking. I ignored it and started cleaning and making my bed. After finishing everything, I took a shower and went to bed. When I turned on my phone, messages from Emma popped up one after another. Holding my breath, I scrolled upward. The last message I had sent her was, "Emma, Justin and I are about to board the high-speed train. Have you and Erick arrived? We're boarding first. See you at school. Emma, we're waiting for you here. When you arrive, send me a message." Hours after posting that photo, she finally replied, "Sorry, Diana, I didn't get into North City University. I was afraid of missing out or being assigned to a major I didn't like. So I put C University as my first choice. I was afraid you'd be angry, so I didn't tell you. I'm really sorry. Diana, there's one more thing. Please don't be mad at me. I'm together with Erick." Chapter 2. For a moment, I didn't know whether the dorm air conditioner wasn't set low enough, or if the chill was coming from deep inside my heart. 3 years as classmates, desk mates, roommates, and meal partners. In those 3 years, it felt like I had never truly seen who she was. She said she was with Erick and told me not to be angry. So when did she start liking Erick? When did they start liking each other? Every time I shared my girlish crush about Erick with her, did she think I was ridiculous? The person I tried so hard to chase liked her instead. That made her feel terrifying to me. From the end of the college entrance exam to the start of school, there were 3 months. When the results came out, she was the one who kept telling us to put North City University as our first choice so we could attend the same school. Back then, she even gave me a knowing look. Thinking about it now, I laughed angrily. No wonder when I suggested buying the train tickets and asked them to send me their ID numbers, since one phone could usually buy seats together. They either said they forgot their ID or didn't want to trouble me and that sitting anywhere was fine. Turns out their destination wasn't North City. Of course they couldn't let me buy the tickets. Erick scored higher than me. There's no way he also chose City University just because he feared missing out or being assigned to another major. I closed my eyes, calmed down, and replied to her, no. Then I sent the chat history to Justin. He almost replied instantly. Emma had sent him messages too, basically saying, thank you for liking me all these years. Even if we can't be lovers, I hope we can still be friends. Justin said. I deleted her. Right after he sent that, Emma messaged me, Diana, why did Justin delete me? Is he very angry with me? I really didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. Can you tell him not to be angry? If we can't be lovers, can't we still be friends? Her last message was a voice note, and her voice sounded like she was about to cry. After a while, Erick's message popped up. This was my idea. I was the one who liked her first. If you're angry, you can scold me. I hope you don't blame her. I didn't reply to them. I lay in bed staring at the white ceiling. I felt a little sad, not because they were together, but because she had never told me she liked Erick too. Erick, to me, was just someone I liked. Nothing more. He wasn't irreplaceable. I treated her as a close friend, my best friend. During those youthful high school years, I cherished our friendship. She shouldn't have told me they were together in such an awful way, letting Justin and me find out through her social media when we were already at North City University. Maybe because the first day of school was busy and exhausting, I fell asleep as soon as I closed my eyes. When I woke up again, I instinctively checked my phone and realized it was already past 7 in the evening. Justin had messaged me, asleep? Message me when you wake up. Let's go eat. Seeing this message made my eyes warm. It felt a bit immoral, but thankfully, Justin and I had each other to keep company in our misfortune. I'm up. Where should we eat? Justin replied instantly. There's a good barbecue place near the North Gate. I'm waiting downstairs at your dorm. Okay. Chapter 3. I lay in bed for a few more minutes, yet I couldn't muster even the slightest sadness to mourn the sincerity of all those years. I jumped out of bed and realized my 3 roommates had come back at some point, but none of them made any noise while watching videos or tidying up. One girl looked up when she saw me awake and smiled. You're awake. I smiled and nodded. Yeah. When I got down, I found a cup of milk tea on my desk, thoughtfully placed on a napkin. I was very touched and quickly asked, whose milk tea is this? The girl who had spoken earlier scratched her head cutely. Mine. My boyfriend brought it for everyone. I was deeply moved. Thank you. And thank your boyfriend too. Then, shyly, everyone introduced themselves. All 3 girls were very nice. By the time I went downstairs, my mood had improved a lot. Justin had changed his clothes. Standing there, he looked like a walking clothes rack. When he saw me coming down with a cup of milk tea, he raised an eyebrow. From your roommates? They're super nice. By now, the sunset had completely faded, leaving only a deep blue sky. The evening breeze blew as he stood with his hands in his pockets. That's good then. Oh right. I remembered I hadn't replied to Emma yet and showed Justin the message. He glanced sideways at it. He had a delicate, handsome face, slanted single-eyelid fox eyes and full M-shaped lips. Why haven't you deleted her yet? I pouted miserably. Should I delete her? He said, delete or don't delete. It doesn't really matter. You're not in the same school anymore. You won't see each other. At most you'll just see her posting lovey-dovey moments. I puffed my cheeks. How do you know I won't get a boyfriend in college? If I get one, I'll post about it too. I'll make a big official announcement. After the college entrance exam, he dyed his hair pink. He stood out in any crowd. Tall and handsome. He nodded seriously. So how long are you planning to chase this time? What are you talking about? I smacked his arm. He was wearing sleeveless clothes, his muscles firm and warm. I quickly withdrew my hand. I'm not that bad, okay? This time someone has to chase me. When we reached a restaurant, he pushed the door open and let me go in first. After sitting down, he took out his phone, turned on the recorder, and placed it in front of me. I looked completely confused. Huh? Repeat what you just said. I didn't know why he was doing this, but he must have had his reasons, so I repeated what I had just said. After recording, I blinked and asked, "Why did you record that?" He lowered his head and fiddled with his phone, glancing at me from the corner of his eye. "So you don't forget the pain once the wound heals. It won't happen again, seriously. After this, I really feel like whatever I liked before was ridiculous." When I found out they were together, my first reaction was disgust, not sadness. Then I looked at Justin a little awkwardly. "Justin, if you get a girlfriend, tell me immediately. Don't let me find out through social media, okay?" He froze for a moment, his hand pausing on the tablet between us. "Why do you say that?" I pressed my lips together and looked at him. "I think we're good friends. If I find out through social media, I'll feel like you don't treat me as a friend. Isn't that what good friends do, tell each other everything?" His long eyelashes lowered gently. After a while, he said, "I won't." Hearing that, I opened my mouth sadly. "So you don't see me as a friend? Fine. Don't tell me then." Justin looked at me and laughed angrily, pressing his tongue against his cheek. "Diana, you really got lucky on the college entrance exam." Chapter 4. College life was much more interesting than high school. For the first few weeks I had been busy joining club activities. Emma almost messaged me every day, sending photos of them eating together and going out together. "Diana, don't you love barbecue the most? Erick and I went to a barbecue place today. It was super delicious. When National Day holiday comes, you and Justin can come to Haiching to visit. I'll treat you and show you around Haiching. We can go eat at this barbecue place together." Diana, ever since you started college, you barely reply to my messages. Did you make new friends in college and forget about me? Sometimes when I look at these messages, I really want to ask her, yet I don't know how to ask or where to start. If I delete her, given her personality, within a few hours our mutual friends would come ask me, "What happened between you two? It shouldn't be that serious, right?" Sigh. A high school classmate who used to be close to me sent me a message. She probably saw Emma's social media post, but Emma never posted Erick's face on her social media, so our former classmates thought she was together with Justin. When I saw that message, I was sitting in the gym waiting for Justin. Justin finally got what he wanted. "Diana, why haven't you made an official announcement post? How are things between you and Erick?" I clicked my tongue a few times and hadn't figured out how to reply when Justin walked out. The boy was wearing a black and white basketball uniform. His messy hair was damp with sweat, and the strong lines of his arms glistened under the lights like they had a highlight filter. No wonder he kept appearing on the confession wall since school started. He wiped his flushed face lightly with a towel and walked over. "What's wrong?" He saw my frown. I looked up and said, "A high school classmate saw Emma's post and thought you two were together. Then she asked me why I didn't post anything." Justin's hand paused. "Why?" I said, "Because none of her posts show Erick's face clearly. Don't they know you liked, in high school?" Before I could finish, he reached out and pinched my cheek, his expression not looking good. "Shut up." Seeing his expression, I thought I had touched a sore spot, so I immediately made a zipper gesture. The basketball court was quiet, warm light shining down from above. I lowered my head and typed. Justin's long eyelashes dropped, and then a faint, ambiguous smile appeared on his lips. "Diana, how many years have we known each other?" "Huh?" I asked in confusion, not understanding why he suddenly asked this. "More than 10 years, I guess." I squinted, looking at him without understanding. Chapter 5. Justin had always been beautiful since childhood. Fair skin, if he grew his hair long, he'd look prettier than me. Now, his fox eyes glimmered mysteriously as he stared at me. I tilted my head, sensing trouble. His lips pressed together. Before speaking, his ears turned red and his voice became shy. "They've gone too far. We've both been single forever. I haven't even held a girl's hand, and neither have you. Ruining our reputations like this is unforgivable." I pouted. "So?" His Adam's apple bobbed. "We've known each other since we were kids. We know everything about each other. How about we make it official and break the rumors?" "Huh?" My brain raced. I pointed at myself. Then him. "Us?" "Yes. Make it official?" He rubbed his nose. "Yes. Post that we're together?" Only then did I notice Justin was red like a shrimp thrown into boiling water. I jumped back. You're not joking, right? His eyes drooped pitifully. Am I that bad? Forget it. The girl I chased for years got with someone else. Maybe there's something wrong with me. No. I hurried to comfort him. That's not what I meant. He glanced at me. It's just, even if it's fake, people will think it's real. Then my first love will be gone. He gritted his teeth. You still like Erick? No. I waved my hands. I just think first love is meaningful. I want my first relationship to be real and with the right person. Suddenly, the lights of the basketball court turned off. In the darkness, his warm fingertip touched my pinky. Try me, okay? Chapter 6. After dinner, on the walk back to the dorm, my whole body was stiff. My mind was blank. When we finally reached the entrance of the dorm building, I felt like I'd seen my savior. I tried to shake off his hand and rush inside. His aggrieved voice sounded behind me. I knew it. You just hate me. Aw, no. I don't. I immediately turned back and ran over to comfort him. Why was he even harder to coax than the students I tutor who can't even get their initials and finals straight? Looking at him like this, I finally couldn't help saying, Do you know what you look like right now? What? He asked. Dodgy. He didn't get annoyed. Instead, he looked rather pleased. Then does King Zhou know the final step when a couple parts under a dorm building? I blinked. No. He didn't say anything. He simply pressed his lips together tightly and quickly pointed at his own cheek with his long fingers. Like this? I muttered softly, a little doubtful, but afraid he'd get upset again. I rose onto my tiptoes. His eyelashes trembled slightly as he bent down and brought his face close to mine. Looking at his face so close, I took a deep breath and then gently leaned forward. When my lips touched the soft warmth of his skin, the temperature between us instantly rose. My cheeks felt like they were being roasted over a fire. I sprang back at once, covering my face and ready to run. The next second, Justin pulled me into his arms and let out a low chuckle. You have to kiss your boyfriend too. Then he placed a kiss on my cheek. Aw. I really couldn't handle it anymore. I pushed him away and ran upstairs without looking back. I didn't see Justin smiling behind me like a fox. Chapter 7. I pushed open the dorm door, covering my burning red face. All three of my roommates stopped what they were doing and teased in unison. Wow, our Diana made it official. She's taken now. You two went out to eat together. I covered my hot face and sat down. Please stop. So, how does it feel? Lily, the second girl in our dorm who had a boyfriend, asked with a grin. I revealed just my eyes and bit my lip. It feels strange, unreal, and awkward. The other two quickly asked, Why? I sighed. We've grown up together since we were little. It's just, two, you know. I get it. Lily laughed. When I first agreed to be with my boyfriend, I felt exactly like that. We were both shy and uncomfortable. He and I also grew up together. If you think about it, Justin is just someone who arrived in your life early by fate. Over time, he became your childhood friend. Hearing that, I touched my burning cheeks again. That actually makes sense. The other two exchanged smiles. That's kind of sweet. Missy, childhood friends turning into lovers. Chapter 8. After washing up, I climbed back onto my bed and didn't want to open my phone. There would definitely be a lot of messages from people who had seen the post. The most eye-catching one was from Emma. She had sent me more than 20 messages. The last one read, Diana, you guys lost Truth or Dare, right? Remember to delete it later. Otherwise people will misunderstand. It won't be good for either of you. I didn't reply immediately. Instead, I went through the messages from my other classmates one by one. Most of them were asking, Is it real? Followed by congratulatory stickers. Others were asking who the person Emma was with. I sent her a cold reply. It wasn't a game. We're really together. As soon as the message was sent, she replied almost instantly, even though it was just text. I could imagine her expression and tone while typing. Diana, don't act on impulse. I know what happened between Erick and me hurt you and Justin. I'm really sorry. I cherish our friendship, which is why I didn't know how to tell you and Justin. But seeing how things turned out today, it seems I still didn't handle it well. After reading that long message, my heart was calmer than ever before. I closed my eyes. 2 girls in blue and white school uniforms flashed through my mind like a carousel. The friend I made at 16 had already changed. Chapter 9. Justin and I were both in our first relationship. Somehow, his roommate found him a book called A Beginner's Guide to First Love, and he actually believed in it. He insisted on following everything in the book step by step. What kind of book is this? It even teaches you how to date. I looked at him full of doubt as he proudly opened the book in front of me. I stared in disbelief. You even carry it with you? At that, he bit his lip shyly. I'm just afraid I won't remember what it says. All right. I couldn't persuade Justin, who now treated this book as gospel. He was completely obsessed. So, may I ask, what's the next step according to your book? Today was the school music festival. Justin could play guitar, and the teacher insisted he perform on stage. He had colorful bandage stickers on his face as decoration, and with his pink hair, he looked even more enchanting. The more I looked at him, the better looking he seemed. I'll tell you after the event. So mysterious. Give me the book, I want to read it too. I reached out to grab it, but he quickly hid it behind his back, shaking his head like a rattle drum. No, I pointed at myself in shock. I can't read it? His eyes flickered. Yeah, why? He said confidently. The book says only one person is allowed to read it. I already read it. So you can't. That's a thing? I pouted. Fine, go get ready. I'll find my roommates. I turned to leave, but Justin grabbed my hand and quickly stepped in front of me. He bent down so his beautiful eyes met mine. Are you mad? No, I'm not that petty. Suddenly, he leaned closer. I instinctively held my breath. Then he smiled. Diana, you put on makeup. Yeah, I just learned. Does it look good? Shy and hopeful, I didn't dare look into his eyes. His gaze softened as he looked at me. About to speak, I pushed him away. Aw, that's so cheesy. I can't take it. I ran toward my roommates while talking. The music festival was held on the lawn, with full lighting and stage equipment. When it was Justin's turn, he wore simple black clothes. He stood slightly toward the back, but because of his looks and height, many people couldn't help looking at him. His eyes swept across the crowd again and again. My roommate nudged me. Hey, who's that pink-haired handsome guy looking for? Another roommate chimed in. Maybe he's looking for his girlfriend. I covered my face again and begged them to stop talking. When I lowered my hands, I met Justin's smiling eyes. At that moment, my heartbeat was louder than the music around us. Chapter 10. On the day the first snow fell in Beijing, I had just left a student's home and walked out of the residential complex. Under the streetlight, Justin was wearing a black and white varsity jacket, hands in his pockets as he leaned against the lamppost. From time to time, he lifted a hand to brush the snow off his shoulders. At that moment, it felt as if something gently bumped into my heart. I walked over. When Justin saw me, he smiled and opened his arms. He said, "The book says hugging can shorten the distance between two people, so it recommends that couples hug every time they meet." His embrace was warm, driving away half the cold. I looked at the feather-like snow and smiled as I said, "Justin, it's snowing. It's the first snow." His voice was soft. He brushed his face lightly against my hair and then gently held my face in his hands. Knowing what would come next, I instinctively widened my eyes and held my breath. He laughed helplessly and covered my eyes with his hand. "You have to close your eyes." After we got back, Justin posted on social media a photo of me squatting in the snow making a snowman, while some kids nearby laughed and said the snowman was ugly. In the picture, I was puffing my cheeks angrily at the elementary school kids. But when I saw his caption, my hand froze. First snow and her and suddenly, I remembered something from our first year of high school. Before the athletics test, the sports students bought a lot of fireworks. The fireworks bloomed across the school, dazzlingly beautiful. Back then, Justin came upstairs. At the time, I thought he had come to find Emma. Looking at the night sky lit up by fireworks, my mind was full of fantasies. I couldn't help turning to Emma and whispering, "Don't you think first snow, first love, and first kiss sounds so romantic?" I typed into my chat with him, "You still haven't told me what you wanted to tell me last time." The message was sent, and it showed he was typing. After a while, my phone vibrated. He sent. The book says first snow, first love, and first kiss together will be very romantic. At that moment, I was standing on the balcony, wearing the couple bracelet he gave me, but it was a bracelet that needed a key to open. At that very Chinibu age, I once watched a TV drama that had a bracelet like this, where the key was a necklace. I loved it so much back then. A memory I had forgotten in some corner seemed to have been remembered by someone else for me. Chapter 11. Emma came to Beijing when I saw her message. Justin and I had just finished eating and were walking back. Her eyes were red when she saw us holding hands at the school gate. Her tears immediately fell. Emma had the kind of face that looked like a girl next door, innocent and pitiful. Diana. She walked up to us. She called my name. But the person she looked at was Justin. So you really are together. I looked up at Justin's expression. He didn't look at Emma. He only looked at me and gently squeezed my hand. Yeah, you've seen it. You didn't come all the way from Haicheng just for this, did you? She bit her lip lightly. No, Diana. Don't misunderstand. I'm very happy you two are together. Really. Even though she said that, she cried even more pitifully after finishing. Later, I learned she didn't come to find me. She came to find Justin. Because once, after Justin had finished eating out with his teammates and came back, Emma had waited for him at the school gate. At that time, my roommates and I had also just returned from eating outside. One of my hot-tempered roommates immediately wanted to rush forward, but I stopped her. Actually, the longer I was with Justin, the deeper I fell, so I forced myself to stay rational. Many times I looked at him, at the way his eyes were full of me. I wanted to ask if he still liked Emma, if he truly liked me, if he regretted the words he said in anger that day. But I didn't dare ask. I was afraid the answer would be exactly what I feared. Justin, even if you're angry at me and want to take revenge, you shouldn't use Diana to anger me. She's my best friend. If you're still angry, you can hit me or scold me. Emma cried like pear blossoms in the rain. Justin remained expressionless the entire time. He chuckled lightly. You're mistaken. You think too highly of yourself. Emma, you know what you're thinking and what kind of person you are. Don't treat everyone else like idiots. He paused, curling his lips into a faint smile. And, thank you. Emma stopped crying and looked up in shock. Thank me? Thank you for making that idiot change his college choice. The snow began to fall heavily. Emma's eyes widened as she tried to grab Justin's hand in disbelief. Justin, you're taking revenge on me, aren't you? She cried. I like you. Don't say that. I only realized later that I like you. I don't like Erick at all. It's all him. No, it's Diana. She kept praising Erick in my ear all day. She must have done it on purpose. She couldn't stand me. She couldn't stand that you lick. Justin didn't let her touch him. He interrupted coldly. You're wrong. I told you, you're wrong. I don't like you. Stop bothering Diana. You'd better stay with Erick forever. After Justin left, Emma crouched down and cried. Snow filled the sky as my eyelashes lowered softly. Some people may naturally enjoy gaining satisfaction by comparing themselves with others. Had Emma once thought I was pitiful and ridiculous? The boy who grew up with me liked her, and the boy I chased also liked her. Chapter 12. Emma didn't appear again, but I learned from former classmates why she had come to find Justin. Several classmates from our high school had also been admitted to Haida. After the semester began, they saw Emma and Erick a few times on campus. At first they thought they only looked alike, until they later confirmed that the two of them really were at Haida. After entering university, Emma and Erick were indeed affectionate for a period of time. In the eyes of their university friends, they were a talented and beautiful couple. But later, both of them began having varying degrees of ambiguous relationships with senior members in their clubs. Neither of them admitted it, yet they both suspected the other. The biggest fight broke out one day when Emma and her roommates waited outside a girls' dormitory building. They saw Erick walk that girl back to the dorm. The matter caused quite a stir. Erick became a well-known scumbag across the university. That was when Emma remembered Justin, who had once been cold and distant. I thought that was the end of it. Not everyone had to revolve around them. Until the day I received a call from Erick. I had already blocked his WeChat and phone number. At first, I didn't know it was him. Diana, I'm waiting downstairs at your dorm. I have something to tell you. The The familiar yet unfamiliar male voice made me frown as I looked at my phone. The next second, Justin lazily took the phone and chuckled. Brother, waiting downstairs for someone else's girlfriend in the middle of the night is pretty impolite. Justin, could you give the phone to Diana? There's a misunderstanding between us. Diana, can you give me a chance to explain? Please. We had just come out of a temple, and Justin was holding my hand as we walked down the mountain. Hearing this, Justin shot me a cold glance. I quickly shook my head. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't know it was his number, and I have nothing to say to him. Justin withdrew his gaze and sneered lightly. You heard her. He hung up. I laughed awkwardly. I wonder what he's up to. Heh, the corner of his lips curved slightly. When we returned to school, there was an artificial lake in front of our dorm building. He pulled me into the darkness, and dense kisses fell one after another. The warm kisses nipped and bit. I winced and tried to push him away. What are you doing? I covered my mouth, feeling wronged. I really didn't know it was his number. If I had known, I definitely wouldn't have answered. He exhaled softly, his teeth grinding faintly. I frowned, confused, though I didn't know what he was angry about. He felt a little dangerous at the moment. I glanced around and tried to run back to the dorm. He wrapped an arm around my waist and pulled me back, his voice hoarse. Trying to run? I'm not. I hit his arm hard. No, you're a little scary right now. Weren't you happy chasing him before? Why didn't you answer his call then? If he was going to say that, I really didn't dare speak. His lips brushed mine, his hot breath against my face. Do you still like him? I don't. I shook my head like a rattle drum, immediately declaring my loyalty. I like you. You're the one I like the most. He gently captured my lips again. He teased on purpose. Slowly straightening up, I unconsciously stood on tiptoe. He held my waist, a smile on his lips. Chapter 13. After we graduated, we got married. After the wedding, one day I went into the study to look for a book and accidentally saw a book hidden deep inside his cabinet. The cover looked very familiar. It was the first love guide that he used to carry everywhere in college. Before, he absolutely refused to let me read it. Now, I finally could. I took it out, rubbed my hands excitedly, and opened it. When I saw the first page, I froze completely. Under the title First Love Guide were a few small words. Written by Justin. Chapter 14. Justin Extra. During a media interview, they asked, Mr. Justin, you are young and accomplished. In the past 20+ years of your life, what is the thing you regret most? I tapped the sofa lightly with my fingers and smiled at the camera. In high school, I didn't keep an eye on someone properly, and it almost made me regret it for the rest of my life. The reporter asked, half understanding, are you referring to your wife? He didn't answer, only smiled faintly. That night, I returned home very late. The living room lights were still on as I walked in quietly. Diana had fallen asleep with her face resting on a book. Holding back a laugh, I carefully carried her back to the bedroom. When I came out, I was holding that book, First Love Guide. After showering, I flipped through the book quietly in the study. Inside were photos of her and me from childhood to adulthood, along with all her preferences. On one page it read, "This fool treats others as friends, while others treat her as an easy target." Back in the second year of high school, I joined competitions and spent time in training camps. During that time, she somehow fell for Erick. I still remember when she ran toward me, eyes sparkling with excitement, but that excitement was for another boy. I was insanely jealous. I only wanted her gaze and affection to be directed at me. I always knew she had a close friend. One day she felt unwell, so I went out to buy her medicine and brown sugar water. But in a shop, I saw Emma and Erick. Maybe not. Diana isn't feeling well. I want to go back quickly. I walked in coldly, listening to their fake conversation. You're not her property. You have your own social life. You can't revolve around her. I worked hard to get these tickets. Is that so? I didn't listen any further. After informing the dorm supervisor, I rushed to their dormitory. It was Sunday, and her roommates had all gone home. She was lying on the bed, pale, clutching her stomach in pain. Seeing her like that, All my anger disappeared. I could only sigh helplessly. Later, I thought about it a lot. The process didn't matter. I only wanted the result to be that she would end up with me. Erick was arrogant and conceited. Emma acted one way in front of Diana and another in front of Erick. Erick enjoyed Diana's affection while watching me chase Emma, feeling superior. Until after the college entrance exams, I saw Emma and Erick hugging. Is this really okay? Maybe we shouldn't. I'm not with Diana, and you don't like Justin. It's not cheating, but it will be awkward when we meet again. Erick thought for a moment. Then we won't apply to Beijing University. With your grades, you might slip or be transferred into a major you don't like. Satisfied, I brought desserts when Diana was filling out her application. The only thing Emma did right was bring that idiot Erick to Haida University. Later, Diana once finished a phone call and hugged my waist gloomily when I came out of the bathroom. What's wrong? Who upset my Diana? I'll turn them into orange juice. She laughed. Later, I learned Erick had gotten married 2 years ago, but not to Emma. Emma also had a boyfriend. One day, Erick's wife traveled abroad to catch him cheating. On the bed were 2 people, Erick and Emma. His wife wasn't someone who would endure in silence. She exposed their scandal at their workplaces. Both of them were fired. People who are unfaithful crave that dirty thrill and will never live peacefully. Cheating only has 0 times or countless times. Diana gently patted her chest, wanting to say something, but stopped when she saw me. I smiled, carried her to bed, pinched her cheek, and kissed her. What did you want to say? Nothing. Not going to say it? Then remember to hold it in later and don't say anything.